You worry brother under my hands grow strong. We will compete with him. So we want to squash the threat from the egg. Is it right for reason to succeed you? It's also really mind-boggling. The two elders were stiff-throated when they heard. The photographer here heard that everyone was surprised. I thought, that's what the truth is. Based on the progress of previous lives, the family will eventually escape the family. Looks like they were forced to go. There is this. After Li became the new owner, it happened. There's still a while. The manager is now dismissing guests. 2 elders, please come to Cho. No matter what we will want. Let me bring my followers and my brothers. Give it back. Being the wrong hand for rational tendency. It's absolutely impossible. 3 angry elders pointed at Van's luggage. Don't drink, please don't drink. Want to drink, fine. Welcome to your luggage. I've never broken family rules before. 3 elders. 5 you elders want to be in a position to force SAO. Then go find my great uncle and 2 elders to talk. The old man said angrily, one day you will regret it. The 5 elders were cold. They turned around and left. When you step outside, the servant bowed to the 3 elders. The 5 elders walked leisurely. And the luggage van. He was sitting there when he was suddenly surprised. When I saw the photographers coming in, I was glad to ask, why are you here again? The photographer laughed. It is hard to think you can still laugh. Luggage and so on laughed out loud, haha. If we can't, we have to cry. See, you've all heard it. There is nothing to hear. There are bad things in the house for you to laugh at. I don't know what happened to you when you came to me. But I have prepared 100,000 spirit stones. Then throw the ring to the photographer. He took it in surprise. Laughing, I'm not afraid. I took the spirit stone. It doesn't work for you anymore. Baggage grinned and said it was ridiculous. My other self-interest is not there. But you look good. I trust the people of your village. I heard that, replied the photographer, laughing happily. Thank you for loving what you wanted me to do. Then he took the love in his hand. The luggage is amazing. You are so stupid to ask so quickly. Advertising photographer, not only fast, it's also a mutant. Make sure you are stronger than the spirit of Li. The luggage clasped his hand. Then say thank you. I don't talk much anymore. As long as we can handle the logistics, we can do it. Just say the word. The photographer said frankly, I really need your help this time. My brother. He was killed once by the enemy. In the great world. So I want to have a little brotherhood for me. They say we have to destroy them all. The luggage is cold. My brother is my brother. As many people as you want, always talk. He said at least 200 people. It's best to have a star. Want the next day. Luggage and so on, happily accept peace of mind. Give it to me, I will send some more brothers to change the scene. The photographer laughed excitedly, haha. So thank you. The luggage laughed. No need to say thank you to me. Thank you, I. How many thanks to your photographer. It was fun today. Brothers, let's stay here for a drink. I was in a hurry to refuse. No need. So we said goodbye to the photographers. On the way home, stop asking the photographer if you want to go with him. The photographer laughed. Don't worry. In these 2 days, we will reach 2 levels. We've now reached the top level. of the most famous scene. Use a little bit of a nudging method. Through the hours, it's possible to break through two worlds. Stop laughing and nod your head. The motto also laughed Theo and quietly stopped Nie. They are ready when they get back to the hospital. Suddenly, I tried to jump out. I've been waiting for you for a long time. The surprised photographer asked what was going on. We just met this afternoon. I wonder what kind of guy this is. She came running and said, don't ask. Let's take you to a good show. If you are wondering, you don't need to call 6. She replied, maybe he's practicing, just ignore him. I have sent someone to work for you. Don't you worry, you are sure to be okay. Then he was serious. Some things will happen tonight. Puzzling photographer full of questions. What's going on? They quickly go. The street is very busy right now. People gather the Middle East casting. In the arena are fighting very aggressive. The people below are excited. I want everyone to quickly go over here. Surprised photographer. When you see the person sitting next to you, he's a great. She looked over and greeted the photographer. Vietnamese praise. The climate is getting better and better. Lam laughed and had to thank him for his help. Photographer observation. I think you're all here to see the play. Is to try to perform SAO. She was standing around the Kier station. Most of them are the people of my village. And there's some elders in there. It's now the latest billion students in the city. The photographer looked surprised. Next to him is probably the elder. Lam told us to go over there. He tried to nod his head in agreement, and he held out his hand. The same chair is raised. Just try to keep Lam busy. It's a walk through there that amazes people. They looked too billion to try to be confused, and the late Lam also came. Try to hide for so long. Finally willing to go out. A man sighed and said if it wasn't for Lam's removal. The person in front of her is what she does. It's my turn to try. Everyone else agrees. Then they told you, have you heard? Yesterday at the auction. Tried to become a celebrity. The other guy was surprised to ask what the auction was. A name that explains it as electricity. Only a genius can get there. Summary calculation, that's over 40,000 spirit stones. It really amazes people. Try not to go to the world. I don't participate in the competition, I just do. There are many stones. It's definitely his billion. Try to be surprised here. Laughing and laughing. Lam, I want you to come to the SAO meeting. You're laughing fake, haha. What to join? Let's go for a walk. The weather is beautiful today. I try to be serious and say nothing. The old man tried to sit next to Lam. How is your body? Lam happily responded to many blessings of the great elder. I've been feeling much better lately. Try to nod your head gently, thinking. Lam's pulse is blocked. It's like a dead person. God really doesn't protect us. He is a genius for 100 years. The first error. If compared to it, it's far less. Try to speak up. It is a pity that Lam's style is much better than before. Only regret the blocked meridians. It can't be restored. Lam tried to look sorry. I laughed and said it was such a busy day. I heard that the senior of our family competes here. So I also came to join the excitement, haha. The motto over here, silently looking at. Try to look surprised. Asking for directions is also interesting. It's a young genius. We're all competing. I hope we can find good seeds. Or the way to try should also try a little. This makes all the elders here stupid. Try to keep talking at the right time. Try to drill like you're also the top destination. How do I send him to play with you? I was surprised to ask the doctor like this. It's a little bit wrong. Try to laugh even if SAO is just rubbing. Don't try not to worry. I'll tell you to pay close attention. Try to be hesitant, but also agree. The crowd is talking about this. Have you heard anything? The young man had more than 20 wives who wanted to marry him. Another stupid person who asked was trying to be confused. The black-haired guy laughed and said, haha. His sixth form is just the bottom layer of the landscape. I don't even know any strategy. If you meet someone at the same level, you will be beaten every time. It's a waste. The astonished bald man asked, but he's not a 7-year-old. Why does that guy smell cold? Spirit can 7 products. What's the use of not working hard? The bewildered man said whatever. He was also a brother of the late Roman. But it was rejected. The difference between 2 billion is too big. They are really your own flesh and blood. I can't help but try to act. SAO can be. The crowd here started talking endlessly. I try to laugh with contempt. Turn around and try to beat him to death. She suddenly appeared and told him to try. Always shooting people. Try not to make a sad face. Look at yourself. How cold. I have to fight with this guy again. Then he turned on. Roll around in the air and land. Standing strong on the field. And then I tried to fly in. Also make the color roll a few rounds in the air. But when we land from the wobbly Cho Island, to make the crowd stagger and say, she may soon be controlled by a woman. Then why do you laugh when you hit me? Depressed photographer lamented. This guy is creating a drama again. Such a fool is not afraid of being struck by lightning. I kept my mouth shut and laughed and learned from you. I was surprised to ask if I was like that. The slogan glanced at the smiling saying, of course, the horse burdock. The horse made the photographer jump up the village. You are also with us. Over here, the crowd shouted, let's try not to lose face. Billions of you. Others shout, try to drill. Try to beat that playboy up. But now you are trying to ignore me the most. You are a rich man like you. As corrupt as you are. There is basically no standing. Stay in our home even if you have the spirit. All 7 are wasted. We have to represent the family today. To teach you, a little said. He then rushed to Lamb trying to pretend to be worried. Hand told me to wait. Try to drill. Emit gas. The body says, please give me your power. And out came his sharp claws that fell on him. Try to breathe and try to drill. It's not easy either. Look, I can't stand it, sorry. But trying to get around here can be easy. Provocateurs tell me to make a mess. It makes him miserable. Trying to straight into the enormous body of the drill. Suddenly, he fell on his face to the ground. The force of the fall is extremely strong, creating a violent aftershock. You can't fall this old. Instant picture, it's painfully immobile on the ground. Everybody down there is like a twisted muscle. Try to laugh out loud, haha. See, this boy is hiding his power. Turn to say, try to send one more person. Check out this kid. Try to swallow a spicy. Saliva thinks this kid is stupid. I can't forgive. You are younger than me. Once it reveals enough grace, the family will surely begin to value. Maybe 10 years from now, I will threaten you. Then order your subordinates to try to get you up. The man immediately jumped up and said, "Try chewing underneath in surprise. It's the best way to go. Try to move forward," trying to say contemptuously, "I can't believe the kind of play you do. There's a little power. If it's my turn, you don't have a chance." He asked if he had some strength. I didn't see a trick that knocked him down. If you don't have a radio station with Min's office, you don't have a chance to come up here. You know why? If you try to understand something, try to talk seriously. You don't worship me at all. Try to answer. I want to see. How much courage do you have? He rushed in and tried to hurry back. Try to divide power up. The fire in the hand is burning, and the air is coming. Suddenly, I was seriously calm. Stand firm with your hands. On his body suddenly lit up. The air makes me wonder. When he threw his punch, then, suddenly, the body tried to become a sharp sword. Try not to get out yet. Then I tried to run away. Luminous lamb. Try to turn off the fire, standing still and breathless with fear. I turned to look at the cold standing behind me. Try to get bored and tell you to come down. If it was a real fight, you'd be dead. The girls below looked like an idol. Young people admire passionately. The photographer also laughed excitedly. But I'm trying to figure out what to ask. Try to remember enough and try again. You are not an enemy of the old. I can't believe the swordsman's mind has already been enlightened to this realm. Try to think only based on the sword. The two worlds are not sure to be its opponents either. Compared to swordsmanship, so raising the 6th level is much simpler. We've ignored it for so many years. He looked at the other elders. The dog's blood clasped to a hateful chair. The focus of his training is 2C. His cultivation VI has no progress. I have underestimated him. We can't let him get up again. It's as spicy as eating hot peppers. Sighing, I asked if you are still here. Ha ha! And the laughter of the world's greatest. Meanwhile, Long Yu Yin was also in the audience. I think his strength has already surpassed mine. His power is growing so fast. Is this sword an epiphany from that sword? I don't want to look closer. Try to chew and command your soldiers of the 3 orders of the world. You should try to fight. Try to get angry and say you haven't come up yet. Give it kindness. Don't make me lose face. Try to feel the command. Immediately jump on the stage. He seriously asked me to admit it. We have underestimated you before. Your power is beyond my control. If you try to chew on the elders who sent me up here, I will not take it lightly. Just try to laugh and laugh. Try to push the soldiers to exasperate the cold and grab the shirt. To reveal the body 6-pack roll, then gas burst out. The body transforms. Muscles are raised with red flames. He laughed. Immediately transformed into an inflammatory chain. Great hero level is mature. In the face of such a powerful force, it makes me feel like there are only 3 worlds. But there's a very strong sense of oppression. Smiling, nice compliment. Now, I finally don't need to hide my strength anymore. Let me fight a good fight. It also gives off a green primary level. I was surprised to ask for his breath. That's the best way to go. Stupid photographer who said, his energy seems to be rising. The soldiers are also amazing right now, in the face of this force. At this time, the soul of the dead begins to release a vortex of force. This resource is getting bigger. He screamed for an hour, quickly trying to become a destiny to fate, and then tried to scream out loud. He is in harmony with his soul. Extremely tiger. The body gradually changes, fangs claw with the back wings. A fire lord appeared, screaming in front of soldiers. Makes him want to shit his pants. Try to wave your hand and say, let's move on, while trying to make a fool out of it. Just one punch. He gave the soldiers a kiss deep into the ground. Everyone below shouted in amazement. I feel pain instead of soldiers. When your arm tries to lift, then he quickly reverts back to his original form. Lying motionless on the ground. Try to confuse people. Maybe it was a little bit ridiculous. Silently feel it. Trying to. I finally made this medicinal dragon bone. This is love spirit, adult acute dragon's blood. Try to worry, don't you? Why does he have this? And the crowd began to shout and perform like that. There is also an adult level spirit. He will definitely be married. It's in the line of 5 heirs. But try to gnash your teeth. Do not dream that your second brother is a broken man. Still not committed. The second one also wants to try SAO. If you are determined to reveal your identity, it must be well prepared. If so, I will slowly play with you. He planned next. Something. Poisoning cannot be the same technique using 2. This time is not okay. You just have to think about the world while trying to think. Let us try to look here. The crowd was now roaring with excitement. I am strong enough to be defeated by him. The next one, no, the elders will send someone. Try to listen, then silence. Put your hands behind your ass. Check it out here. We have to call an urgent elders meeting. All students try to hear this clearly. Trying to, he will become one of the heirs of the city. What about the heir? We will make a decision later. Try to stand up, laughing falsely. Congratulations on trying to cross the road to get a dragon blood love. Adult level spirit. Establish the position of the heir. I can't believe. Try to get lost. It can really surprise us. And the crowd shouts with astonishment. What is the dragon tiger? It's dragon blood love spirit adult level. Where did he dig? The other guy said he must have gotten it himself. How many years has our family? I only hunted 2. One show tried lamb 1. Let others confirm that it is not good SAO. Miss, we've got another genius. Dragon blood fusion love Lin. I'm an adult. According to his expression, it is possible to directly become an heir. In second place, Lamb is dead anyway. There are only 2 in the family. Have dragon blood love spirit mature level. The crowd gets to do 8 things. My son is now back in love. Return to original form. Then I looked at her. He's lifting the dehumidifier. Moving scene in the ancient market. The elders had gathered enough. Thien Long was the head of the family. They asked the elders for the story of the dead. How do you feel? The 3 elders stood up and spoke. Where did you finally get this love from? This must be investigated clearly. He doesn't care about the family. Under no circumstances speak for the tribe, but arbitrarily merge precious spirit love. Must be punished. If not, you will later learn. To love the dragon blood god at an adult level. Is it self-contained? You have to break the rules. Try to chew and laugh, haha, 3 elders. You want to punish the genius. I just love the dragon blood spirit at an adult level. Sao Meridian of the occluded lamb. I am the brother of the late lamb. She also suffered a lot. I am more humble and patient now. It finally surprised others. You want to punish him. Didn't it make him suffer? The elder said, but trying to break the rules is real. I try to remind people that they break rules a lot. Always try to be one of them. The dancer was surprised. I asked her when she had broken the rules. Try to speak frankly. If you don't want others to know. Unless I don't become 3 elders. Do you want me to keep talking? Cheers are silent. The other elders argued. The dragon just kept quiet and said nothing. A bald, hairy elder suggested this. Let the chief decide. I see this child trying, even though it looks broken. But the reality is quietly trying. You can learn the sword like that. In addition to that, he's integrated. Dragon Bones Tiger God adult level. Absolutely, he can assume the position of second heir. Hearing that, the other elders also agreed firmly. Immediately, I decided to be the first heir. What is your opinion? The elders were shocked to shoot the dead man. Long seriously asked if you have any ideas. People don't ask for first place. What's going on? 3 elders asked the householder. TUVI's attempt is not enough. It has not yet established its power in the world. He was made the first heir of the city. Is this a bit risky for us? The owner replied, unscrupulous virtues. Even though the natural force is more. But always, unable to assume the position of first heir. So I'm going to be the second heir. Temporary tracking. Listen to this. The 3 elders could not say more. Bow your head to follow. The other elders began to talk and ask each other questions. Virtue is not normal SAO integrity. There is no problem with the expression of the. Another name to protect the. That's the area. Does it have anything to do with him? The old man said he broke the rules. In addition to that was before the trillions of old. And suddenly, there's a blockage to become an outcast. The elders immediately turned the car and shouted at me. Agree with the owner's decision. To support the late owner Thien, Long nodded slightly. The news was quickly transmitted. They were all surprised to say to each other, just in the meeting. The elders decided. He was supposed to be the first heir. The other guy asked Sao directly to the first. He is not as strong as trying. Maybe there's a problem here. I keep hearing this news and my blood is boiling. I thought to myself, hasten to call a meeting of elders. So let's discuss the results like this. Even the power in the world is not there. What right does he have to take his place? Looks like the owner already knows something. I want to use this to provoke him. Cold thinking, it will only become the second generation. You can't get up. That year, I helped the Kier pull down Lamb. He will help me this time too. I tried to laugh out loud. Have fun talking to the photographers. I can't believe it, that's the owner. Let me be the first heir. See, those old men looked at the genius of thousands of people. One is me. He is the only man who can save. Then the photographer said it could be. No matter how high your grace is. There are only two destiny. I think your host supports you. The main reason is a warning. That year, I tried to do with you. The owner must have known sooner. I don't know what to do. He's the only one in this generation. Have love Lin long blood god adult level. But now you've started. They're worried about trying the old trick. That's why we use this to stop him. Let him try to laugh happily. It is cold to say that the name is worth it. Try to remind Lamb it does not protect the position of the first heir. According to his personality, he will probably play again. He has great power in the world. Not to create your own power in the world. The world so when the true standard. The first position is still the same. Because of the owner's location, it's impossible to pass it on to someone without roots. I'm happy to say I understand. Let's go to another castle and see. The photographer is happy to agree. Let's go. They left in front of the dead man's eyes. He even has this photographer. Invited wine not to drink. I like to drink fine wine. From the beginning, it's strengthened. Try Lamb on the same front line. Now I can't deal with the problem. But there's no problem with dealing with photographers. He stood up and told his men to go too. A few hours later, the training ground is still as crowded as ants. Everybody's talking loud and loud. Stop baby now straw sad tears. It's about to dawn. We have to go back to our sisters. Put your hand on the shoulder. Tell me about the angel. Take care of yourself for good. He laughed softly and walked over. Please tiptoe up and give the photographer a kiss on the cheek. Then he turned away, but pulled his hand. I said wait. The red-faced boy turned his head full of wonder. Photographer laughed softly. Give me the ring. There's a little spirit stone in this ring. There is also love for the dragon blood. Vietnamese mature. You hold yourself apart. Yes, I wrote a few words. It's all in there. If anything is missing, tell me now. Stop. The child's face flushed like a dizzy coal stove, said no. Nothing, we go first. Stop running for a while and come back. Waving goodbye to the photographer. The moon is here to look. The beauty of photography and stopping is really good. The photographer also waved goodbye. The phrase also thinks few and stop, they deserve it. Even the hair color. Suddenly, osteoarthritis appeared to greet the photographer. Duong exclaimed, unfortunately, the time is so short today. I can't talk to you for long. Goodbye here today. Good to see you later. If you come to the fire god, you can come find me. We'll be comfortable talking for a while. The other guys saw this attitude. The Lord is kind to that person. See, that is not the person. Normally over here. Lens photographer meets Inflammation Yang. Brother is so angry. I will definitely come to the door to say hello. Happy to say that. Let's go first. Then wave your hand to the disciples of the fire god. The other bees also quickly left. He did not forget to look at the photographer with uneasy eyes. Whisper, a spicy heart calling, whisper, Regent Dubakachi. As time goes by, the sun is coming out. In the photographer's room, he dragged out thousands of Lai Sanha, suspended in the room. What about yourself? Into the illusory space of the cultivation picture. While closing my eyes, the photographer feels it again. In the soul of the sea, there is a red flame. It's trembling. Photographer 2VI has now reached the world of fate to fate. Another soul has appeared. To the photographer's surprise, he thought the blue soul. The two spirits are different colors. It doesn't seem to feel special either. Hurry up and strengthen the VI a little bit. We've finally reached the two worlds. Then, so he just flipped out his pen and went back to the real world. I told myself this time should come. The great world. Transferring scenes in the northern great world. Dance God Lin Engak, God. God will absorb the power of heaven and earth. But the whole celestial power of the dragon boat world, area in the world for the existence of countless gods. It's become extremely fragile, but humans have a condensed spirit stone. A great deal of divine power is in the gods. It belongs to the Master of God. The flower here laughed happily, haha. God is only 5,000 years old. It is very dry con. But now there are signs of recovery. A few days ago, his subordinates even killed the motto once. It's really a double whammy. And this guy grinned. I love that he thinks of this slut. I didn't have eye contact early on. If he dares to go to the world. We kill each time we meet. Who told his father to fight with my father? Suddenly, this guy was startled to find out that someone was coming. My tattered limb. There are also people who visit. So he called his subordinates down here. Prepare to protect God. He was stupid to look at the picture. As the number of people is not small, there were 3 people in the sky. She looked up in surprise and laughed. Willing to speak the language, this idiot still dares to show up in this place. He thought that, follow the 2 demons of the world to come. They will not die. 6 adventure, just straight, scold, oh, come out here for me to hide in the god of lead. The turtle snubbed its neck. 6 big mouths swearing dust bag. The flowers also appear. Follow him. There are countless Lula 6 hordes in the sky. It makes 6 people quiet. Flowering near the motto voice. The last time you died was not enough. This time I want to find death. There are also 2 demons who have been attacked by Sao. 6 cold adventurers say, Hoa, many of you are bullying alone. The phrase is disgraceful. Tell me how this should be resolved. Don't want to pay. Get on your knees and accept it. Hoa Lan laughed to reveal her guts. Haha. 3 idiots. You thought this was the temple of heaven. The cold snap of my voice. Can't help but pay the price. Leave all the treasures on you. You see it as compensation. For the damage of the motto. I can spare you alive. Hoa, Lan contempt. I really don't know the sky. In this great world. Big fish swallow baby fish. I don't have the strength to be so arrogant. I see you don't understand something at all. He ordered his brothers. Make these idiots go back to the electric soul. Immediately, the super closed clothes on all sides. But the photographer calmly laughed. You said the strong rape the weak. Then it's over. A yellow-headed guy who heard that gritted his teeth with cold. I thought I was going to die, but I was strong. Then, suddenly, his face and those of his companions were green. The flower is also confused when the body can't move. There's a celestial transit. The tiger appears behind the cat. You seem to have no memory. The cat tries to move. Turn your head to see who's talking. Then he set fire, when I realized they were surrounded by people. Flirting with eyebrows. When I looked at him, I realized that the red-haired man was a tiger. Is the person of the luggage, etc.? The tiger said our old man told us. You stay away from the photographer. If you have not listened to me, don't blame us. The tiger's eyes glowed with air as he looked at it.